Hello, everyone. If you're joining us on the recording, we've just all had a lovely gratitude check-in, and I'm starting with the news, sharing the news for this week. And it's delightful that you've joined us. Okay. So we're at Monday, the 21st of September. Who'd have thunk it? It's a little bit of a surprise to me. I get connected to this year and how swiftly. Okay, so I want to say thank you to those who've completed, given me some feedback about the poll, on the poll for the dates for the October conference. And at this stage, I'm just guessing that that'll be online, so we can include everyone as best as we can across Australia for those who aren't local, and also that we may still be sensitive to getting together in public in person. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping we can do that by December. Yeah, that'd be lovely. But for the time being, we're looking at these dates for online, and there's a leaning towards the second weekend, just as a feedback for everyone. So I will update those dates in the events app. I've built the events so you can RSVP to the conference for whichever days you can come. So I noticed someone said that they could come but not on the Saturday or not on the Sunday, I can't remember. So I just want to let you know you can RSVP separately for Friday or Saturday or Sunday, and that I just can't tell you yet which of the sessions will be coming on when, because we're going to offer the space a little bit less structured, and so there'll be open space sessions happening each day. So we just won't be able to tell you which days what will be happening. But if you're able to register for both days or one day or the Friday night I'm imagining might be just an open conversation night, like a fireside chat, so that it's a sort of a landing place and a welcome. So yeah, and thank you. I'm wanting to acknowledge that Shez has offered an empathy and a piece of work around Marie Miyashiro's empathy at work. So it's for teams, empathy in teams, MVC for teams, and excited for that. Thank you for the offer, Shez. So couple of things alive for me. One was that I'm imagining that we've got such valuable feedback, or at least from last week's session, we looked at the feedback that we perhaps would have liked to have done and what some of the qualities of feedback are that we think would be valuable. It was a very powerful session, actually, I'm telling myself when I remember back to last week. And I'm keen to harness and capture and move forward with that, so that we don't just leave it sit there as a wonderful conversation, but that we actually begin to take what we've learned and started to imagine and actually create maybe like a mini team that's willing to hold the value of that feedback, and that we create some next steps with it. So what it might look like, who might be involved in that, and how we do that. Not sure yet, but I'm wanting to just keep it in our minds, because we can easily move on and not bring that piece of work that we've now done with us. So I guess my request today is looking for a champion who'd be willing to just nominate themselves to help hold that feedback piece to help us to start to implement it. And it could be that a hub takes this piece on, but I'm wanting it to be an offer, like that if there's a hub or a person for whom it feels alive to help take care of this. So I'm open to either live, yes, that's a live for me, I'd like to, or I'm happy for it to be emails or messages after the meeting.
It strikes me that it's an area of communication, and at the same time, Annie was the one that proposed a kind of dynamic method. So it's alive for me to find out more about that from her, because I've been wondering, okay, that sounds really interesting, and what would it look like? What would it sound like? How would we begin to learn how to do that in a way that is, self-responsible and also holding care for the other person. Yeah, the kind of the do no harm with communication thing. So that's what's there for me. I'm happy to talk to Annie, and if you're up for that, Annie. Samantha's got her hand up. Not here.
I'm not remembering the piece that Annie brought to the call, but I just wanted to respond to say, yeah, it's a communication thing, and maybe it's something we could bring to the communication hub and see if we want to do that as a group.
Yeah.
Is that what you were going towards, Shaze?
Yeah, thank you for clarifying it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Samantha. And yes, I'm struggling to remember too, and this is why I'm wanting to I might go back and rewatch last week's recording to get connected to the notes, and then even transcribe some of the notes so that we can keep a record and even put it up as a document in the resource library on Wise Women Rising, so that we've got a central place where we're collecting our wisdom about that, and that even if someone was willing in the open space at the October conference to speak those notes and help us presence to those notes, and just keep it live for us so that we continue to learn and grow around that process of giving feedback, because I think, as we discussed and sort of connected to last week, it's so central to the value of being together and testing and trying our work. And
Annie wants to say something, I think.
Yeah.
Did you, Annie? We're going to respond.
Yeah, you've unmuted. Yeah, there you are. But we can't hear you. Odd. It might be phone battery, is it? Yeah. Okay, so you're off mute, but we can't hear you. That's odd. But however, let's just assume, Annie, that you're willing to be a contributor to that conversation, and then we'll that Shez is willing to reach out to you. So perhaps we'll move on, but we'll trust that connection can happen and keep us all connected in that loop. I can't be heard, but yes, happy to talk to Shez. Great, thank you. Got that. Multi-layers of technology going here, like woohoo. Okay, so village hubs was the next piece. I'm wanting to celebrate conversations I've had with Annie and Kat over the weekend about a new third social change hub that Barbara has offered to hold and facilitate for us for the time being, and I'm thrilled about this. And I'm actually I have an email draft in my outbox going to you, Jeanette, to see whether or not it's something that you might enjoy to be part of too. So we can talk some more about that this week. But I'm just thrilled that we're now seeing that third hub start to come to life, and feel excited about that. Yes. Could say more, but I'll just pause and breathe because I can feel my excitement bubbles there. And we'll just see. I'd like perhaps next week on Monday we can actually share a little bit of the experiences of what it's started to be like in the hubs, particularly for the MVC hub and the visual arts healing hub, because I think there's already experiences and learnings to come out of those hubs that would be good to share with the third hub, and for us to just hear what what's happening with this idea and how it's starting to grow. And I did do a infographic that I posted to the Facebook page over the weekend about hubs, and starting to contribute to some ideas about how we hold those, and maybe how we start to articulate that the hub concept moving forward, so that we have some sort of shared reality. And that'll be something we work out together in our hubs too, because each hub will have its own uniqueness, as well as having some commonalities that I hope become part of the fabric of each hub that's unique to Wise Women Rising. So could say more, but I think I noticed that I'm in such excitement that my articulation feels like it's coming out. Blah, 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 blah. So that may not be true, but I'm just going to settle that part of me that thinks that I'm not making sense. Thanks. So yeah, I was super excited to put that infographic up in the Facebook group, and I would love feedback underneath it if there's anything that stands out for you that you enjoy about some of those ideas there, and perhaps we'll look more closely at it next week. And then now looking towards the phone app and the time bank, I can close this screen share and come back to you all. Samantha's waiting to come in. Okay, great. And perhaps can I just hear a few voices? How are you? How is what we've shared, what I've shared so far landing? Any questions? Okay. I'm trusting that we've made some progress, because we've got some movement forward around keeping the value of our feedback, that piece of work, keeping that in motion. And Samantha, we've just talked about that and the hubs. And perhaps would you like to check in, Samantha? And we shared a gratitude check-in at the beginning of the meeting. Would you like to share how you are today?
Yes, I'm grateful for spring, and I'm grateful for just Mother Nature. That's probably the most obvious one at the moment. And also, I seem to be in a flow today with business, and got lots going on. So glad that I'm ticking things off.
Yay. Sense of productivity and progress. Okay, thank you.
Karen, I've got a question about the October event. You mentioned that we discussed dates today. I don't know if you've decided that it is definitely the second weekend.
Thanks
of October.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Can I get perhaps a visual show of hands for the second weekend, which is actually, did you have a vote that you wanted to share, Samantha?
Yes, that I voted for the 10th and 11th. It would be.
Yeah. So the Friday nights, the 9th is the
9th, yes.
Chat, more social, and then this. And I think perhaps on the Friday night we might start to talk about what we might do for Saturday, and then so that we can get a sense of what open space offerings are happening on the Saturday. So if we come on Friday night and sort a little bit out towards Saturday, that will help Saturday morning at least kick off with some clarity. And then maybe Saturday late afternoon we can look at Sunday and plan that a little bit for what offerings are alive.
Okay, that was my other question, so thank you. Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Right. Yeah, Karen, just for myself, I'm unavailable on the second weekend.
Okay. Yes, I knew this would happen, that there would be for some people, either weekend would be better. I would just encourage, if you haven't yet voted on the poll, on the doodle poll and the email that I sent out on Saturday morning, would you be willing to contribute to that? And then perhaps I'd hoped that we might make a decision today, but I'm going to guess from feedback so far that the leaning is the second weekend for the majority. So how is it for you, Shez?
It's not clear. Well, I did the poll. I just wondered. The question alive is, what does the poll say? Or have not enough people actually?
I don't think enough people yet have given feedback. So it's a bit early to say that. So I'm saying there's a leaning in the current numbers towards, like, but it's only small numbers. So I'd appreciate a few more votes in to hear how it is for more. And if either or, that's great, in fact, but if you'd still be willing to pop that in the poll, that'd be appreciated. Thank you so much. Right, so the phone app, can I just get a show of hands who got the text that I sent out just before the meeting? Woohoo! Okay, awesome. Oh, thanks. Someone's just completed the poll now. Awesome, thank you. So if you've had a chance
to ask, where is this poll?
The poll is in an email that was sent Saturday morning.
Oh, okay, that one. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to grab my phone.
So the possibility is that we're going to spend the next, say, 10 minutes just taking a look at the phone app that I've sent through, and just getting a sense of if you're getting a chance to hop on it and if it's working for you or not. It would just be a lovely sense of progress if we hopped off the phone and most of us had put the phone app on, because my hope is that our next step with it is being able to start to book each other for some time trades. So that I'm hoping the phone app, it will help facilitate that. And it also gives access to the website from your phone. And it actually, for me, is a simpler process to go to the resource library and a few of the other, like to see the members list. There's a few, it also occurs to me that it is a simpler format than the website right now, which is perhaps not great in terms of the website, but I have dreams for the website, and it would be to have evolved off where it is right now and integrated with a time bank system. So I have a grand plan of some tech. I was talking with Kat Bailey over the weekend about her funding us some grant money to have quite a wonderful upgrade to our technology in the future. But right now, this is what we're playing with, and it's more actually just to help us with the bits and pieces of getting connected now and then evolving our systems as we go. So who has the phone app on their phone already at this point? Thank you, Barbara. Yay. Chris, yay. Shez, Jeanette, yay. Awesome. Oh, is there a message on your phone, Sam, from me?
Yeah, I just haven't done it.
Okay, so yeah, it's oh, someone's messaged me. Yoo-hoo. Thanks, Jeanette. So it's so once you're on the phone app, the possibility is, I'm just going to message someone privately here, because there was an offering made in the last couple of days, and I just want to ask this lovely wise woman if she's willing for me to make that public so we can use it as an example. And the other thing that's alive for me is to ask you, Samantha, if you'd be willing to consider a little bit of an introduction, Samantha Wittenberg, a little bit of an introduction to the offers and needs market, just as a concept at this point, and the possibility that you offered to in the hub about doing something with the offers and needs market for the community as a sort of supportive structure to help that process. Are you up for that, doing a couple of minutes on that?
Yes, a couple of minutes. When we last spoke, Karen, I hadn't actually gone on to the time banking yet. And what I realized in the time banking is that it's quite a limited set of offerings. It's not like the other community exchange systems where you can offer absolutely anything. So I started thinking, well, is the offers and needs market appropriate in our context? Because the real point of it is to inspire and stimulate people to think, oh, what can I offer? What do I need? You know, so we're already a step ahead in this community in a lot of ways. So it could be modified just like we're having this community call. There could be a community call to focus on maybe one or two people's offerings, get them to talk more about it, and then actually make bookings during that call and just bring it more alive, bring it to life. When things are just on a computer screen and there's the person's name and they're offering it, it's not as alive as meeting as a group and hearing from the person, and then that stimulates all sorts of thoughts and ideas, and then you go, oh yeah, that's something I'd really like to do, and then you can actually have that in-person conversation and so on. So yeah, I have to think or chat with you, Karen, about whether it's really useful in the format that I've been using it for, to promote the community exchange that I've started here in my community.
What I'm hearing is that when you see the number of offerings that are currently on the Wise Women Rising exchange on the Time Bank, that it's not the number of offers that you're used to navigating in the group where you're already working with offers and needs online. Is that what you mean?
No, it's not about numbers. It's well, what I'm telling myself is that the women in this community are pretty clear on what they want to offer. And it's not as if you have an unlimited number of things you can offer. Our community is quite specialized. So I can't offer my kale seedlings on to the Wise Women Rising community because that doesn't fit into what we're about. And so, yeah, I mean, basically, in a nutshell, am I right in saying that the women on the exchange generally know what they want to offer at this stage? They're not needing support around that. Oh, what do I offer? What do I have of value that would be of value in the community? And that's what the markets are about.
I would actually hold that there's possibly a mix of those women who are really clear that they have their offering, and there's those who aren't. And my sense is that actually finding a structured process to support us to book with each other and think about our offers and think about, hearing someone else's request might bring up willingness to offer. And while I agree that we do have a mission to support each other to rise our precious work, there's also things in our community that we could possibly help each other with that may not be our precious work, but would actually be a great contribution. If we heard someone's request for, I need someone to hold space for a project I'm doing, would you be willing? I don't know if you saw my message there, Irene, but that, and actually having the option in a public forum to hear what's being requested and hear. So I think there really is room for us to hear each other's requests and offers. And and that some sort of process would be really valuable. And because you have some experience with the offers and needs market, I was wondering whether or not that's
Yeah.
a good place.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, to clarify that, thank you. Yes, so it would be, it's a really simple process. You know, yeah, and it's a market, so marketplace where you get to hear and spark off each other and yeah, make bookings and that sort of thing. So
could we call it an offers and needs or wants circle or something?
Oh yeah, that resonates with me too, in terms of just having that sense of shifting it into the paradigm that we're working in or aiming for. That would be more resonant for me as well. How is that for others?
And I love the idea of a process, like a dialogue where we get to, you know, maybe in breakout groups talk about, because as you say, Karen, there's people who have skills and could support with different things and might not be one of their particular kind of, I don't know, business or, yeah, professional offerings. But exploration, I guess, would be exploring the, yeah, I think it's a great idea. And for me, I was like, well, I think I need a step in between where we are now and playing with the app, because, and we could play with the app and then, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I think there's something, that's why I think I reached to Samantha's idea too, because we've got the technology here now. How do we use it in terms of like, do I just come up with something that I'm needing support on and then start putting a request up, or which way does it go? Like, who does the asking, who does the receipt, like who does the requesting, who does the, so I think this is now the next step of exploring. I know that there are also some with experience with this time trading, with time trading. And I know that those particularly have reached out already to start to create connections. So I'm seeing that for some people, this is actually, they're comfortable with this because this is something they're already doing. So I'm wanting to name that where the majority are still getting our heads around this. So the ones of you who have got experience with time trading, I will hope and look to for some support and leadership around helping us to get this activated. And, you know, I really hope that we, just by our own natural curiosity, can start to have it come to life. Like my request is, now that you have the app on your phone, would you be willing just to message someone else in the community right now and say hello? Can we do that together? So just someone who's on screen right now, because those who aren't here may be in meetings or in other ways not free to play with us right now. So perhaps opening up the phone app. I've actually put the little the app, the little purple Wix picture on my home screen. And then if you go to members, the members tab, click on a member and see, it'll say message. So maybe just, when you go to the message, do you see that there's an email option at the bottom with a drop down menu? And the email option, if you tap the email option, it can change to chat as well. If the person's on the app, you'll be able to chat with them directly on the app. Or if they're not on the app, you'll be able to email them. Does that make sense?
Can you approve me quickly, Karen? Please? I've just gone on the app. It's just set up the app.
You already have a membership though. It might be with another. Let me invite you.
It says pending approval.
I'm going to send you another invite from your current profile on Wise Women Rising, because you have a profile there already.
Karen, could you send me one too? Because
Yes. Okay, so I'm sending an invite to you now, Cora. And when you go to the member's profile, so if you're going to someone to send them a message, if you click on them from the members list and have a look underneath, and I wish I could screen share this, but there's actually a book button. So you have the person's name, when they joined, how many people are following and all of that business, a message button, and then underneath where it says manage, it'll say book. So there's actually, from their homepage, there's a place to book with them. The second piece of that, so I just happy for you to play and have a look at that. Can you wave little fingers at me if you can find the book button on someone's profile?
Not yet.
Okay, so if I come out and I'm at the home page and I go to the members list, have you found the members list on your phone app?
Yeah, I've sent a couple of people messages. But
okay, cool. So when you go into...
I got your message, Shares.
but I just profile, is that the no, okay, hang on. Members, into members,
and then under the manage, have you got manage and info, 2 tabs?
Karen, when I go to services, that's the only part that I've got that shows anything I can book, and the only things I could book at this time are with you.
Interesting.
And I could book a new member inquiry, a 15-minute discovery call.
Oh yes, that's one's for the website. That's supposed to be hidden. The 1 hour time trade is the one that...
Yes, I can also book that. So it drops down as 2 separate things.
Okay, which is fine, because the discovery call, if you wanted to, you could send that link to someone. If you wanted to introduce them to Wise Women Rise, you could send them that link. But the 1 hour time trade, if you choose that as a service, what I did over the weekend is that everyone who's signed up on the time trading, on the time bank.
Now they've come up.
Now they've come up.
They come up, but you have to press so they come up on the next screen.
They do. So under the session details, you can choose who. It says staff member, and obviously that's not ideal. I would love it to say members. And I actually reached out to a couple of techie people to see if they could change the wording from staff member to members.
It doesn't say that at all on mine. It just has Kate's first, then Chris, then Angela, Natalie, Shez, Cora, me. Oh, you could book something with me. That's interesting. How could you do that?
Perfect. So this is the next piece.
Ask a question.
Yeah.
I'm on Barbara's profile, and I can message her or I can follow back. Okay, I can do that. But there's no, and there's about me and a photo and see more. But when I click on see more, I don't get anything, and there's no sense of how to access to booking or anything. So,
okay.
I want to let you know that. So, yeah, I'm not seeing what you're seeing.
Okay, that's interesting. Perhaps it's...
I'm on an iPhone. I don't know if that makes any difference. Is anybody else on an iPhone?
Yes.
Barbara's on an iPhone.
But
Jeanette's on an iPhone.
she's seeing things that I'm not seeing.
No, I'm not, Ches.
I'm not either.
To find what I found, to make a booking, I needed on the iPhone to go to the services tab, which is second from the end. It's just, it's in between events and galleries.
Oh yeah, okay, I got services, yeah.
And then when I clicked on the 1 hour time trade book,
Oh yeah.
then our name started to pop up with calendar times. And I've just tried to make a booking with you, Shez, at 3 o'clock today.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure it went through because I couldn't really get it to go through the final
I
step.
wonder what it looks like if and when it goes through.
Mm.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you for trying that, Barbara. And what I've done for the temporary, yes, Chris.
I'm so far behind the 8 ball. I'm at the stage where I downloaded the Wix app and it's just saying sort of join Wix. I haven't got any further than that. Am I supposed to have something else?
No, I don't think so.
You need to actually log in with an email address or Facebook or something.
If it does ask you to download the app, so once you've downloaded the app, it should be automatically picking up that you are a member of the site already. So let me send you another invite.
Yeah.
No, what I had to do, Chris, is when it said join Wix, I used and the email that I use for this, and I joined, and then it picked it up.
Yeah.
And everything populated.
Thank you for the clarity. That's that'll work, because then it'll recognize you. That's what I was looking for. The automatic, it'll pick up who you are from the website and then be able to set you up and connect you with everybody.
Yeah.
And when it said choose it didn't say choose, it just said put in a password, and I just put in what I wanted as a password. So it might have been a password I've used before, perhaps, because maybe I reuse my passwords.
Maybe I do too. Maybe I think most people I know do.
Chris, I'm at the same place as where you are. I just go there and it says Wix website, build online stores, blogs and more. And you get a choice to install it.
You have got a choice to install it?
Yeah, do I just install Wix website builder?
Well,
let me just send you another invite and get a link, and then I'll know that you're got the.
Is there another option, Irene? I think when I downloaded it onto my phone, there were 2 options.
Well, all I did was click on the link. This is the link to the Wise Women app to join. So I click on that.
Irene, I know why. I know why. Because at this point, you don't have a member profile yet on Wise Women Rising. So it's not recognizing you yet. That's what we need to do. I'll talk to you after the meeting and we'll pop the profile up, and then the Wix app will work.
Okay, great. Thanks.
That's clarified that. Thank you. So, yeah, coming back to you, Chris, did it work?
I still haven't found. I did find somewhere before where I was to put in a password, and now I can't even find that. It said something about create new account on Wix.
Probably don't want you to do that. That'll get confusing for you.
You have to do that.
Maybe I think I'll get rid of the whole Wix app and then start again from your message that had the link.
How did you get the Wix app that you've got? From the link?
I clicked on Karen's link and it came up with the app. When I pressed on the app, then it said create new Wix account or something like that, or join with an invite code, but I don't have a code.
Okay, so I've just resent you one. So hopefully this there's a code in there. So check messages from me. I think I've just sent it. Hopefully it's arriving. So did everyone find the services tab that Shez has discovered on her iPhone? Did everyone find the services tab across the top? Because even if you have the Android phone or a Google phone or whatever, that you'll find the services tab is also a way to get into booking with everyone. Now, what I did for the purposes of this demonstration was just make everybody available between 3 and 5 on a Monday. And so what I would now ask of you is to consider when is the 1 or 2 hours that you'd be willing to be booked on the website by Otherwise Women. I can see messages going back and forth. That's cool. So I would love for you to let me know what your hours are. If you've got an hour that you think you can put aside, that you won't book for other people, that you can keep clear for a wise woman to book you once a week, and it might only be 1 hour, or it could be you might give 2 different hours in the week where you're available, and that may then just give people. Okay, thank you, Samantha. Seen that. Thanks for your message. Okay, so how is that? Would anyone like to, we've only got 5 minutes now, so I'm just wondering if you'd like to message me on the app your hours. That would be my first preference, because that'll ask you to use the app, and that'll help with familiarity, or email me or message me otherwise, and we'll set up an hour or 2 for you for bookings. And for those who aren't here, please do reach out and have a go at stepping through what we've done here today, because I've sent the links out to everybody. So I'm hoping you'll have found it on your phone and be going through what we're going through to try to download it and get it set up on your phone. And I'm, oh yay, thanks, Jess. So yeah, bye for now, Barbara. I'm hoping that is a beginning today with getting set up on the phone and starting to be able to have an easy way to go to the phone, search the members list, book with the person that you're wanting to book with, and that once we have a process for a circle where we can start to flourish the requests that are alive in the community and the offerings that are alive, it could be that it's a group session that you want to offer. You know, say I'm remembering someone wanting to do like a practice run of a workshop. They could put their workshop offering in and put it up online as an offer, and so women across the community who could go, oh, I'd love to hear more about that, and I'd also love to support so and so. I'm going to book in for that. So it won't just be one-on-ones, but let's just start at the moment with one-on-ones so we can get familiar with the app and how it works. And if you see that someone else is struggling, just check in with them. If you've got a little bit more of a handle on it, can you reach out and check with someone else how they're going? Just to start to help elevate our confidence with using the app to start to book with one another. And yes, please do send me your hours of availability. And if you have none at the moment, please just let me know that, and I'm happy to, yeah, put 0 for you at the moment. It'll just say not available. So yeah, I hope that it becomes something that services our community needs for some ease and fun. I'd love to hear a checkout before we head off. Would someone be willing to kick us off and let me know how you're doing?
I'm ecstatic that I cleared enough stuff off my phone to load the app. That is in itself is a huge breakthrough. Go me, I rock. And that I can send messages to members, and yes, I found my way to the services, even had a look at the events, and and yeah, got to work on my hours and write something about myself. So that's my little progress report.
Thank you, Shez. I will update the events tab with the, I'll do that today so that you'll be able to RSVP through the events tab on your phone to the October dates.
Yeah, so it's working. I celebrate that it's working, and it's got 16 members, so I look forward to Irene popping in there soon. And I don't know if I've got enough skill to help you, Chris, because you're on an Android phone. So I want to offer, but and I'm not sure. That's enough for me. Thank you.
I'm really happy to help, Chris, because my phone's similar to yours, I think. So we'll just, if you wanted to stay on an extra 5 minutes and let's have a look at it one-on-one, I'm happy to do that too.
Yes, can I please join that? Because I'm still not in to the, yeah.
Thanks, Samantha, yes.
And yeah, I've got ideas about the offers and needs circle or the offers and needs sharing, and needing someone to get that to a point of actually, you know, setting a date and offering that. So I don't know if you and I should chat about well, no shoulds. You and I, are you the person, Karen? I think you're probably the person I need to talk to about that.
Yeah, look, what's alive for me is are you able to be at one of the days on the second weekend?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
yeah.
what I'm wondering is if we plan
okay.
one of the sessions at the open space weekend is actually an offers and needs circle test run. So we actually, and if you would like support, I'm happy to be on that team to help support you to have that happen. And I wonder if you want to bring it to the NVC Hub as a project that you would like to hold and that we can support you on to do leadership on that. That'd be amazing.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. Yay. So any other checkouts before we close the meeting for today?
I just wanted to say thanks, because I feel like there's a lot going on now and I feel more excited about it, and I've now put in my calendar time set aside to plug in and, you know, watch that last video of the feedback and do my own profile and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, thank you.
Exciting. Thanks, Jeanette. And I'll send that email to you later today. In fact, it'll probably come from Barbara, because Barbara has offered to help facilitate our new hub. So there'll be a request about when we can all get together. Yay. Thank you. Irene? Oh, hang on. Can't hear you.
I'm looking forward to a breakthrough in the app department. And yeah, we'll see. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah. Cora.
Okay, so I finally got it downloaded, but I'm just, where is the time bank thing? Like, it's like got home, members, virtual village.
If you keep scrolling across the top.
Okay.
Does it show it's got home, members, virtual village, resource library, events, services?
Yes. Yeah.
Yay!
It's just knowing that you can do that.
Yeah, I know. This is why it's like, oh, it's such a learning curve when we get onto things like this to go, oh,
Yeah.
how does this work?
What do you do? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hello, la la.
Yay! Yay! Thank you, Cora. Annie, I'm guessing that as you were walking that you didn't get to do any of this, but you've stayed with us. I'm really grateful and wondering.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Yeah. I've plugged my phone in now. I can actually, hold on. Yeah, I'm here.
Yay!
Yeah. No, it was nice walking, listening to you all. Felt connected, and I think I took it all in on some other level. So I feel like it might be easy now that I've listened to you all do it. So yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, just let me know if you haven't got the link on your phone. Yes.
No, I got the email, the text, I saw it there, so
Awesome.
it should be fine.
Yay.
Cool.
So where do you put in your information for your times and offerings? Where does that?
Yeah, so I'm attempting to do it gently because there's enough information in one go. And what I'd hope for is, if you're willing, just send me your hours. Like if you've got an hour that you're willing to give as a, regularly block a time that Wise Women can book with you. Say, it might be 4 o'clock on a Monday or whenever it is. That would be, you let me know that and I'll update the app to reflect when you're actually available, because I've just made everyone available 3 to 5 on a Monday at the minute, just as a test state.
So what about what you offer? Where do you put that?
So that's actually on the time bank. And this is why I'm talking with Samantha about making that a live process, because actually some people have put some lovely work into their time bank offerings. So we can see that some people have put offers up on the time bank, and that's a different website. That's not, that's, yeah. But what we're looking at is actually creating a live process to share offers and needs and wants and have, so that then we can just let each other know what's alive for us by booking in. Yeah. And then the time bank actually then just becomes a record of the transactions. And as in, I booked 3 hours this week with different people. I can now go and record those. If I'm the seller, I go and record those on the time bank and credit people and debit.
And how does it starts off with like a amount to begin with. Is that correct?
It does, yeah. I've credited everybody's accounts with 5 hours. Okay. If you're in the group that I've just enrolled, then there'll be 5 hours credit in your time bank. And I'm only doing that because we're still working with constructs around money and having like a gift voucher type to have a sense of confidence about getting started. Yeah. And we can do more on the time banking. Once people are up and actually transacting, then I can do more of a deep dive into how we navigate the time bank itself and put our credits in and so on. But we'll get to that. I'm like, let's just do little bits and pieces as we go and like try to get our heads around each of the pieces, and then together we'll work out what we need in terms of information. But you will be able to, with the phone app, you'll be able to update your own availability. You'll be able to cancel appointments, reschedule appointments. You'll be able to do send like confirmation details. The system will automatically create a Zoom room number for you to have your meeting. So it'll handle a lot of the administration side. Once we're up and running with the booking side, it'll send a confirmation to the person you book with as well as to you. And it'll send you both the website link for the meeting. So it's helpful. Like it is going to be helpful once we get it up and running and that it supports us. Okay, well that feels like meeting complete. Thank you so much for being here. And I will stay on now with a couple of you who would like a bit more help with your phone app personally. But other than that, see you next week. See you in a week. Bye for now. Bye.
Shares are sent